I stood frozen, watching our HOA president, Laura Mitchell, brazenly trying to haul my $15,000 jet ski out of my garage in broad daylight. She thought her authority gave her a free pass to steal from me, but by week's end, she'd lose her job, her reputation, and her freedom. This is the most jaw-dropping revenge story you'll ever hear, packed with betrayal, fraud, and justice. Keep reading, this gets wild. At 42, after 15 years grinding in corporate finance, including 3 years leading fraud investigations that earned me more enemies than allies, I took an early exit. The final straw? Uncovering a real estate fraud scheme that my bosses wanted buried. I cashed out my stock options, bought 2 sleek Sea-Doo GTX jet skis, and traded my suit for lake life. Every weekend on the water was a middle finger to the corporate politics I'd escaped. I followed every HOA rule to the letter: proper storage, no noise before 10 a.m., and detailed maintenance logs. My finance background made me meticulous, and those habits would soon become my secret weapon. Trouble started when Laura Mitchell, our new HOA president, strutted into our lakeside community last summer. I knew her from my Morgan Stanley days. She'd been a real estate hotshot until I flagged her shady deals. Now, at barely 40, she patrolled our streets with a clipboard, sneering at my jet skis and muttering about wasted potential. Her resentment for those who'd escaped the corporate grind was palpable. It began with petty notices: my garage door was too frequently opened. Then complaints about excessive watercraft storage, despite bylaws allowing recreational vehicles. Her questions about my jet ski schedule, when I was home, when I wasn't, felt invasive. Others noticed it too. Mike across the street got cited for his RV, and Emma 2 doors down faced boat storage issues. Laura seemed to hate anything fun. Then came the bombshell: a formal letter demanding that all recreational vehicles be removed within 48 hours. I checked with the township's property office. The HOA had no such power. When I confronted Laura, her face flushed with rage. "We'll see about that," she snapped, storming off. That's when I installed security cameras in my garage. Best $200 I ever spent, because what they caught would flip our community upside down. The cameras revealed Laura's obsession. She wasn't just snapping photos, she was testing my garage door locks when she thought no one was watching. One evening, my security app pinged. Laura and another board member were peering into my garage, pointing at my jet skis. "These have to go," she hissed, oblivious to the camera's microphone. "Property values, you know." Her colleague looked uneasy but stayed silent. Then, accidents started. Mike's jet ski got scratched in his driveway. Bill's boat registration stickers vanished before a holiday weekend. At an HOA meeting, Laura dismissed these as coincidences, but her smirk said otherwise. When I found my camera angle shifted and a 2-hour footage gap, I installed a hidden backup disguised as a utility box. I told no one. Neighbors shared similar stories. Emma caught Laura photographing her garage interior. Mike's RV was hit by a landscaping truck after his camera malfunctioned. I documented everything, every notice, every incident, every talk with Laura, auto-recorded on my phone. Some called me paranoid, but 15 years tracking corporate fraud taught me, always keep receipts. When Laura announced a safety inspection for all garage doors, dodging questions about credentials, I knew she was planning something big. I tripled my security, covering every angle. I was ready. It was a quiet Wednesday when my phone buzzed with a security alert. The live feed showed Laura in my garage, wrestling one of my jet skis toward the door. My heart pounded as I called 911, racing home from the grocery store. "Ma'am, there's an active break-in at 1542 Lakeview Drive. The HOA president is stealing my jet ski. I have a video." "Hurry." On my app, I watched Laura struggle, a white pickup truck idling in my driveway, not an HOA vehicle. Pulling up, I saw her in her blazer and heels, dragging my Sea-Doo. Her face when she spotted me? Pure panic. "What the hell are you doing?" I yelled, phone recording. Laura, unbelievably, straightened up and said, "As HOA president, I'm conducting an emergency removal of non-compliant vehicles." "Non-compliant? You're stealing." I stepped closer, channeling years of facing corporate bullies. "These vehicles are decreasing property values." She stammered, but police sirens cut her off. Her accomplice in the truck sped away, leaving her alone. Cops secured the scene, and I showed them everything, today's footage and prior incidents. Laura's facade cracked as handcuffs clicked on. Then came the game changer. An unknown caller, nervous, said, "I'm from Lakeside Properties. Saw your LinkedIn. Laura's a senior manager here. She's targeting properties with boats and RVs for a reason." The caller revealed Laura was part of a massive property acquisition scheme. As a Lakeside Properties manager, she infiltrated HOAs to harass residents with recreational vehicles, depress property values, and force sales to shell companies for luxury condos. Digging into HOA records, I found Laura had faked a dozen violation notices, targeting anyone using lake access. A detective, recognizing my expertise, showed me a map of similar schemes across the state. "Help us take them down," he said. My fraud investigation skills kicked in. We uncovered Laura's playbook: infiltrate HOAs, harass lakefront owners, force sales to lakeside shell companies. Internal emails showed she earned commissions for below-market sales. My footage tied her to a multi-million-dollar fraud. Other victims spoke up. Mike's RV accident and Emma's boat issues were orchestrated. Laura's biggest mistake? While on bail, she broke into my home office, caught on my upgraded cameras. Her bail was revoked. The real jackpot was a USB drive from a board member, slipped to me after an emergency HOA meeting. It held Laura's records, spreadsheets, developer emails, even a PowerPoint on there: community enhancement scam. A folder labeled, "Next Phase," chilled me: plans for 12 more lakefront communities across 3 states. Our neighborhood was their pilot. The FBI took over, connecting our evidence to their broader investigation. The takedown was cinematic. At an HOA meeting on community security, Laura strutted in, ready to silence dissent. Mid-speech, FBI agents emerged, projecting her damning emails. Her team froze as their accounts were locked. Laura, shaking, blamed her subordinates. Her assistant calmly played recordings of Laura's true orders. Handcuffs snapped on, and Laura's empire collapsed. Her face, entitled Rage Turning to Fear, was unforgettable. Justice hit hard. The FBI probe led to 37 arrests across 3 states for fraud, racketeering, and conspiracy. Lakeside Properties fired Laura and cooperated, exposing the scheme. Stolen homes were restored, and victims like Mike and Emma got insurance payouts. The state overhauled HOA rules. Our community thrived: new resident-led HOA, soaring property values, and more boats than ever. Laura's old house? Now owned by a family with 3 boats, on the HOA board. Her country club membership, real estate license, and social standing? Gone. She's behind bars, watching justice rebuild what she tried to destroy. This wasn't just about my jet skis, it was about exposing a predator. Was I too ruthless, documenting every move? Should I have confronted Laura sooner, risking her wrath? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done? Share this story if you've ever faced an HOA bully or corporate schemer. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life drama. Let's keep YouTube buzzing with stories that spark debate.